Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Ibrahim, metric number 270033.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Syakirah Binti Sabudin with metric number 280250. World hunger. Ikram, lately I've heard a lot of news about world hunger, and according to a new United Nations report, the global rates of hunger and malnutrition are on the rise. The report estimates that in 2019, 690 million people, which is 8.9% of the world populations, were undernourished. It predicts that this number will exceed 840 million by 2030. If you also include the number of people who the UN described as food insecure, meaning that they have trouble getting access to food, over 2 billion people worldwide are in trouble. It includes people in a wealthy, middle income, and low income countries. But Ikram, can you tell me what actually is world hunger?
Yes, Syakirah. Hunger defines as a short-term physical discomfort as a result of chronic food shortage or in severe, a life-threatening lack of food. World hunger refers to hunger aggregated to the global level. Related terms include food insecurity and malnutrition. Food insecurity refers to limited or unreliable access to the food that are safe and nutritionally adequate. Malnutrition is a condition resulting from insufficient intake of biologically necessary nutrition. Although malnutrition includes both overnutrition and undernutrition, the focus for global hunger is undernutrition. There are two basic types of undernutrition. The first one is protein energy malnutrition, PEM, or lack of calories and protein. And the second is micronutrition, which is vitamin and mineral deficiency.
Oh, now I get it. And Ikram, what are the causes of world hunger?
Many factors contribute to the state of hunger. Poverty is the main cause of hunger in the world. Most people who are hungry are living in extreme poverty, defined as income $1.90 per day or less. The largest group of people in the world in extreme poverty are smallholder farmers in developing countries. They do not have the land to grow enough food to supply themselves with enough to eat year-round, and they earn too little income from what they sell that they cannot afford to purchase food from other sources once their own supply runs out. In high-income countries, hunger is mainly caused by poverty that results from a lack of job or because jobs pay too little. Hunger rate rise when the national or local economy is in a slump. People lose jobs and cannot find jobs. Once the economy improves, some people continue to struggle to find jobs. For example, people who have been in prison face a wide-scale discrimination that make it difficult for them to find jobs once they re-enter their community. In a single-parent family, parents may not be able to take a job or work enough hours because of no childcare option. Food shortages in developing countries are common. The people most affected are smallholder farmers and their families who depend on their own surplus to survive between harvests. Food from the previous harvest runs out and families cut back on meals. The period of time may last for months depending on size of the previous harvest. Up to 40% of the food ground in some countries is spoilage. Smallholder farmers do not have adequate storage facilities to protect their supplies against pests and weather. Syakirah, what's about your opinion that caused the word hunger?
For me, hunger is both a cause and effect of war and conflict. The poorest member of society suffer the worst during war and conflict. Homes are destroyed and communities of peoples are displaced. The physical infrastructure needed for reconstruction is damaged and might even be destroyed. Peace, when it comes, is often tenuous.
There are hundreds of theories on how we can end world hunger, and while some have worked, others have not. However, one thing that is certain is our responsibility to do something. So, Syakirah, what are the ways that we can do to stop world hunger?
The first one is reducing food waste. Currently, 1/3 of all food produce, which is over 1.3 billion tons, is wasted. Producing this wasted food also wastes other natural resources. Ending food waste will be a radical shift, but it's one that you can be a part of by simply reducing your own food waste. Not only does food waste increase the need for higher yields and push nations to encourage even larger farms, rotted food also means that wasted valuable resources. Oh no! This spread will expire tomorrow. I need to finish this. Remember, reduce food waste. The second one is support organizations that distribute food. Food banks and churches need funding to stay open. Plus, they often rely on help from volunteers. Additionally, they can typically buy more food at a low cost than you can. So donating funds to them directly may feed more people than buying food and donating it yourself. Talk to your local banks or organizations who are helping those in need to find out the best way you can help. Next is responding to forced migration. Forced migrations brought on by conflict is a key cause of hunger. Refugees and IDPs are the most vulnerable when it comes to hunger, as are their host communities. Much of the work to stop conflicts needs to take place on a government and policy level. But one way concern can help is through programs that facilitate new ways to generate income. For example, Syrian refugee women and their Lebanese counterparts in host communities have been learning to make staples like cheese and yogurt and how to sell them at market for a profit. For those refugee women who wish to return to Syria, this will also be an essential skill to have as the country rebuilds its infrastructure after a protracted conflict.
Improving food storage system. What if you have plenty food but lack of storage solution to make it last? This is another problem that when we solve can make a big difference in closing the hunger gap. Sometimes this requires big intervention like building or rehabilitating grain stores. One innovation concern has been introduced into women's group around the world are solar dryers, which serve as one solution sun-drying vegetable, a traditional practice, preserve micronutrient and prolong shelf life. Imagine the whole world with no one's living in dire need. Think how it would feel to be a part of a society that had taken on self permanently the problem of hunger. Let's help end the world hunger.
I think the person who has come closest in expressing how it will be is Federico Garcia Lorca. His vision is the one I carry around with me to motivate my own actions. The day that hunger is eradicated from the earth, that will be the greatest spiritual explosion the world has ever known. Humanity cannot imagine the joy that will burst into the world on the day of that great revelation.